Hi everyone, welcome to Arfalicious. I hope you're all well. Let's cook together and see what is in today's recipe. Today I'm going to make chocolate tres leches cake in Karahi without oven. It is a very soft and delicate sponge cake that is soaked with 3 milks or tres leches in Spanish and topped with some heavy cream or whipped cream. For this I've got 10 eggs at room temperature here, and I'm going to separate all the eggs into two parts, egg whites and egg yolks. And I'm just keeping egg whites in one bowl and egg yolks in the other one, as we are going to beat them separately. So you can use it just like I'm doing, using a strainer, and separate the egg whites from egg yolks, or you can simply just break egg in a bowl and with your hands gently pick up the egg yolks and transfer them to another bowl. You can do it any way you find easier for you. Here I've got 10 egg whites. I'm transferring them into a large mixing bowl. And I'm adding in half a cup of white caster sugar. Now I'm going to beat them until soft peaks are formed. We'll start with slow speed and then we will beat it on high speed. Here you can see it's done. Do not overbeat it. You can see still stiff and glossy. Here I've got these 10 egg yolks and I'm adding in half a cup of white caster sugar to them and beat them until you see they are pale yellow. This is how much we like. Here I'm adding in 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract and 3/4 cup of whole milk. Now we're going to beat it again. Just to mix it. Here I've got 2 cups of plain flour or all-purpose flour, 2.5 teaspoons of baking powder, 4 tablespoons of cocoa powder, and half a teaspoon of salt. Now we are going to sift all these dry ingredients to avoid any lumps in our cake, as dry ingredients tend to have some lumps in them, so it's always best to sift them before using. Now we're going to mix it. I'm going to add in all the dry ingredients to our egg yolk mixture, and we are going to beat it until just combined. Do not overbeat it. This is how our batter looks like. Now I'm going to scrape the sides of the bowl using a spatula. Very gently fold egg white mixture into the batter until just combined. Do not overmix or you will risk deflating the batter. I'm doing it into 3 batches until you see no white streaks into your batter. Keep folding in. I've got a wok, it's 12 by 12 inches, and I'm going to prepare the butter paper for this. Take a butter paper or grease paper and fold it into a rectangle and then fold again until you make a cone shape, just like this. Keep folding in, keeping it in the center. This much I need to cut according to the size of your pan. I'm cutting it into circle. If you're using another shape, you can cut into another shape, square or rectangle. And this is your butter paper ready for the bottom of your pan. Now grease the pan with butter or oil, whatever you want to use, and put the butter paper we already prepared for this in the center and use a bit more oil or butter to grease it. Here I'm taking a pan with a rack on top and I'm going to preheat it on slow heat for at least 10 minutes so we can bake our cake on it. Now put the wok that we prepared earlier on and pour in all the batter of your cake into the wok and spread with a spatula to even out the surface as best as you can, and cover it using an aluminium foil or kitchen cloth. completely to avoid any air getting into the pan, and let it cook for at least 50 to 60 minutes on low heat. In the meantime, we're going to prepare our milk syrup. For this, I've got 1 tin of evaporated milk, and 1 tin of sweetened condensed milk, 2 cups of whole milk. We're going to stir it around to mix all the milk, and this is our milk syrup ready for our cake. Once the cake is baked, just check it in the center by inserting a toothpick. If it comes out clean, it means your cake is done. Let it cool down for at least 10 to 15 minutes on a rack, and then put it in a dish where you want to serve it. I'm going to serve it in the karahi, so I'm putting it back into the karahi, and using a fork or a skewer, paste the surface with a fork or skewer all over evenly. Slowly drizzle the milk mixture and try to make sure you drizzle it evenly. If it feels like there's too much milk, give it a few minutes to absorb and keep going. You'll see it will be like a sponge and all the milk will get absorbed in no time. Make sure you pierce the cake evenly so the milk gets absorbed into all the slices of the cake. So whatever slice you get from the cake, it should be equally moist and juicy. Allow the cake to absorb the milk mixture for 30 minutes. Once all the syrup has been absorbed, refrigerate it for at least 6 to 8 hours until it gets nicely cool. I've taken 2 cups of heavy cream here, or whipped cream, in a large mixing bowl, and 4 tablespoons of icing sugar, and I'm going to sift it to avoid any lumps. This bowl, I kept it in the freezer for 5 to 10 minutes so it's nicely chilled, and the whisk also, I put that in the freezer too so it's nicely chilled before I start beating my cream. 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. If your bowl and the whisk are nicely chilled when you're making your frosting, it will help keep your frosting stiff for longer. Your frosting will be firm and it will not go flat very quickly. Half cup of melted chocolate. If you like, you can add more chocolate. It gives a very nice taste to your frosting. Now you mix it thoroughly until you see it has become thick and spreadable. Do not overbeat it. And this is the frosting for our cake. Now we're going to spread it over chilled cake. Spread it evenly and refrigerate to allow the frosting to chill properly. And you can even make this cake the day before you want to serve it. It will taste even better. Here I'm making ganache. For this I've got 1 cup of heavy cream and 1 cup of chocolate chips. I warmed my heavy cream in the microwave for 40 seconds and then added the chocolate chips so it melts easily. Once it comes to room temperature, I'm just spreading it all over to the cake. Make sure the ganache is cool before you spread over the cake, as it can melt the cream if it's too hot. It's very yummy to eat, and once you spread the ganache over the frosting, put it back in the fridge for at least 10 to 15 minutes so the ganache sets nicely. Once the ganache is set, decorate it the way you like it. I'm just using strawberry slices here, and our Tres Leches cake is ready in Karahi without using any oven. You can bake it in oven at 180 degrees Celsius and it will take 30 to 40 minutes. I'm cutting a slice here. Milky it is from inside. Do try it. Very yummy. I hope you like it. If you like this recipe, then don't forget to subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon so you can get all our recipes in time. Thank you for watching. See you with another recipe in another video. Until then, take care of yourself. Bye bye.